I know enough about Photoshop to be dangerous, but I really don't know what I'm doing. In this video, I'm going to show you some Canva tricks inspired by Photoshop, so maybe you can have one less subscription going into the new year. Without further ado, let's hop in. One thing that a lot of people don't know is you can actually import a Photoshop file directly into Canva. You would do that simply by clicking on the upload and finding the file on your computer. So if you need to convert any of your old designs, but you no longer have a subscription to the Creative Suite, that is an alternative for you to be able to still edit in Canva. If you would like access to a free 30-day trial of Canva Pro so that you have access to everything that I demoed today, just go to lashondabrown.com/Canva. I have over 100 Canva tutorials on this YouTube channel, and one feature that reminds me of Photoshop that I use all the time is background remover. As you can see, the format for my thumbnails has me in a Canva t-shirt with the background removed and overlaid on top of the YouTube thumbnail. So what I typically will do is look at some of my previous designs and I would start from there. So we're going to take the bulk create thumbnail and we are going to duplicate that and then drag it into place. Then I'm going to double click on it and that's going to bring me over to the design editor. So I like to keep the text box the same, the Canva logo the same, but I like to switch out the background and the cutout and then add some supplemental artwork. So what we're going to do here is we'll ungroup this and get rid of these items because it's no longer relevant. We'll get rid of this picture of myself and get rid of the background. So say, for instance, in this case, I would say Photoshop hacks, just something simple. And we've got the Canva logo. All right, so we'll make that a little bigger, put that here, and maybe add a little space here so it can kind of go behind. So one of the things you'll see me doing right now is overlaying elements on top of each other. And what's really nice about some of the updates in Canva is now we have layers. So before you could only arrange things by going forward, going backward, but now we can actually drag and drop layers directly into Canva. So that's something that you see a lot in Photoshop, but you can do it directly inside of the design editor. So the next thing that I would do is find a cutout of myself. So I'm going to go to my folders, go to t-shirt photos, and find the Canva album. Then based on where the words are, I'm going to drop myself in, crop the image, and then I'm going to use background remover. So again, I don't need to leave Canva in order to cut myself out of this background because using this magic tool, through the power of AI, the background goes away. So in this case, it looks like my elbow is cut off a little bit. So maybe it makes more sense to put me in the corner and then maybe move the text to a different location. The next thing I do is add a colorful background. But in this case, I am going to make it versus bringing in an image. So I'm going to go over to Apps, and at the top, I'm going to type in Magic Media. From there, I'm going to choose the dreamy style and describe the image that I want. So I am going to say easel and paint supplies. Because as you can see in some of my past designs, I'm really just looking for something kind of suggestive in the background that adds some color. So here are some options created by Magic Media. And I like how this one looks. So what we're going to do here is we're going to drag it to fill the background and then make some adjustments based on the other elements in the image. But yeah, I love using Magic Media for these thumbnails now because it adds so much vibrancy and I don't have to worry about searching through the photo library on Canva. I can just make what I need. So if I didn't like the images, I could adjust what the prompt is, but in this case, I like it. And so what we're gonna do here is drag the background all the way to the back, which should show, yep, everything here. So I'm actually going to keep this and I'll tweak it for this particular video that you're watching right now. But I want to show you another little trick inside of Canva. So what we're going to do now is I am going to open up a blank page and we're going to drop in an image that has an element that I want to remove from the image. Say, for instance, you have a photo that you absolutely love, but there's one minor thing that is drawing your attention that you want to remove. You don't need to leave Canva to edit this. You can simply click on your image, select Edit, go to Magic Eraser, and just brush over the element that you are trying to remove. So in this case, we're going to make that brush a little bit bigger, and I would like to remove this rock. So once you select what you want removed, you simply click on Erase, and using the power of AI, it's going to fill it in. Now, if you want to make any minor adjustments, you can continue brushing, but in this case, it did exactly what I wanted it to do. Another example of something you may want to modify in Photoshop that you can now do in Canva is do sky replacement. So say, for instance, in this case, I love this photo, but I want to make it a bit more vibrant and replace the sky. So to do that, I can actually edit my images directly in Canva by going to Adjust, and I can either do edits to the whole image, the foreground, or the background. So in this case, I want to edit the foreground. It's going to scan the image and select what it thinks is in the foreground, and then do selective editing to that area. So you can see here, as I drag the brightness up, it's recognizing that my husband and I are in the foreground. So we're going to do that, make us brighter, add some shadows here, and increase the saturation. So we are a bit more vibrant without being washed out. Now we're going to select the background and do a little bit of editing with that. So with that, we definitely want to saturate the colors and make that more vibrant. Perhaps we want to adjust the temperature and bring that over, make it a bit more blue. Maybe we'll play around with the blacks. We can just simply drag the sliders and maybe add some more shadows here. Okay, great. So everything else in the photo looks great, but I really want to change that sky and make it a bit more vibrant. So now that I've edited my photo, I am going to click over and go to Magic Edit. From there, I am going to increase the size of my brush, brush over the sky. It doesn't have to be exact, and then describe what I want. Then I will generate 4 options and select the one that I like the most. Now, obviously, some of these are a bit over the top. However, I do see some that I think are a good fit. So let's see here. That's an option. That obviously is not looking very natural to me. However, I think this is a winner. So what we're going to do is click Done. And then we're going to do one more edit to the image. We are going to do the background. And now that we have the new background with the replacement of the sky, we're going to play around with the vibrancy just a bit more. All right, my friends, and let us do a side-by-side comparison. Here is your before, and there is your after. So I hope these little hacks will help you to save time in the long run. I'm really enjoying how practical the updates are to the back end of Canva. And if you have anything else that you would like for me to demo, just let me know in the comments. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you don't already have Canva Pro and you would like to get access to a free 30-day trial while supporting the channel, go to lashondabrown.com/Canva. Until next time, ta-ta for now.